One of the biggest barriers of entry when it comes to Class B vans, unfortunately, is cost. And so that's why I love what we have right here, which is the 2025 Freedom Elite 17D. This is probably the easiest entry to the Class B market that is currently out there. This one is going to be $10,000 to $20,000 less expensive than pretty much every other Class B. And if you're looking for that exact price and availability, I will leave a link in the description. Simply click on that. Now, the other route, of course, if you don't want to buy new, is to upfit it yourself, buy a chassis. The issue with that, one, is you have to get automotive financing, right? Because it's not an RV at that point. It's going to be just a chassis. The other downside of that is if you ever go to trade in, they're only going to value it at the chassis. So it's only going to be worth, at that point, maybe $20,000. And that's a huge deal when A, you're trying to sell it, and B, when someone else is trying to finance for it. The nice thing about this, if you ever decide to sell, you are good to go. You will get that full value out of it for the RV piece that it is. Another quick feature that I like is I open the door up. Take a look at this. This is kind of cool, right? You don't see that very often, but I like the fact that just have a little bit of access, just good use of space right here. This as a whole, the thing I like about this Class B is, it's kind of built to sleep two people, basically. I'll show you the bed system in a second, but technically, if you really snuggle up, maybe you could do 3 in here. But I just like the idea that when you're talking about a Class B van, this one doesn't have any super frills, right? It's going to be basic. You have 12-volt batteries. You have, what you need for a kitchenette. You're not going to have a bunch of solar on here. Heck, it doesn't even come standard with an AC. But the nice thing about it is it's all upgradable. So if you want those things, if you want lithium, you want solar, you want AC in here, you can get all those things, even a bug screen. If you want a bug screen, that is something that is nice and easy to add on. As we talk about the kitchen, right, because that's going to be a big part of it, you can see that we have a thermoformed countertop, high-rise faucet with a single basin sink here underneath. Right behind, rather, is going to be the window. I like the windows just because they always have the covers on, which I kind of like for privacy purposes. It's super simple, though. You will simply unzip these windows like so, and then you can roll them up. You can see the Velcro right here, so you can roll them up and out of the way. Of course, we have screens on there as well. You can open those up, too, if you want full access. You also have easy access storage right up top in the form of the nets right here. And if we drop down below, we'll see a couple things. One is this drawer, which something very cool is the fact it houses an induction cooktop. Might be tough to see with the plastic cover on there, but that's what this is. You have an induction cooktop, so you can do some cooking, just toss it right up here. You have an electrical outlet right over to the side in which you can plug that in. This is something else I'm a big fan of, folks. With all the updates in technology, Class Bs have gotten out of hand, in my opinion. They are so hard, especially for someone that's new to the RV industry to operate. You have to make sure you hit the switches in the right order. You can't let it go, can't let the batteries die. You have to make sure that, you turn things on and off in the correct order. You have to turn things off you didn't even know you could turn off. This is so stinking simple. That's all we have here. We have the tank heater prep there. We have water heater, water pump, your tank monitoring panel. Again, just simplifies a lot of things. Taking a look right underneath here, you will see your main storage. So you have some additional storage there. And then right over to the side is going to be our 12-volt refrigerator. So again, that sucker is just going to run off batteries. Big fan of that. Now, as we move in a little bit further here, we can kind of take a look at our seating. We have seats right across from each other. You also have this table right here that is adjustable, and it swivels nice and easily right into place. That way, if you need to do some work, you can do it. But there's a couple other really cool features here as well. One is the fact that both sides here have seatbelts. So again, if you have additional passengers, you can sleep up to 3 here. You'll do 2 here, although it will be tight. It definitely is manageable. The third one will actually be right here. So what you can do is you can take these bars, you can set them up. They have these brackets here. You're just going to drop it right here, and there's another one there. You will take these back cushions, put them on top, and that will create additional sleeping space. You can have additional person sleep here. The other really cool thing is they actually found a really good way to hide a porta potty. Right underneath this seat, they have a compartment you can lift up. That way you have a bathroom if you need it. The main bed here actually lifts. I'll show you that in a minute right in the back. But you will see right here you have USB ports as well as some electrical outlets. While you're sitting here working, right, if you want this to be like an office, you can do that. or if you're just chilling in bed, you can have a place to be able to plug things in. I also want to take a look at the ceiling. I really like the ceiling in here and kind of what they have done with it. Kind of have like this wood plank look. You can see that they have the light strips going all the way down, making things nice and bright. There's a big vent fan right above the kitchen. In the back right here, you can see the opening for a vent as well. And again, if you do get the AC option, that's where that will go. You'll also see that you have some track systems in the back here. You have 3 on either side. They can hold bags like so. So you have this kind of really cool, convenient storage option. Unzip it, it's magnetic right up top, and that gives you access to those side bags. If you don't want the saddlebags there, or you want them both on one side, or you don't want them at all, they are completely movable as well as removable. All right, let's open up the back of the 17D here. And what you'll see is incredible space, right? This is so much more storage than you normally find in a Class B. And again, we have the track systems in the floors. That way you can tie down anything you need to, which I think is a fantastic system. There's also some other things that come in here. You have a shade for the front window. You also have shades for the rest of the windows in here, which are magnetic. So they just clip on, super simple. 30 amp detachable power cord, as well as you can see right back here, is going to be your outside kitchen sprayer, so you can hook it up to this faucet right here. Now, let me show you this first. This bed does lift up. You kind of have to move the mattress up and off to do it successfully, but this really makes it easy to access different things back here. It is strut supported. When the weight of the bed isn't on it, it does hold itself up. But as I mentioned, the mattress has to kind of be moved. The other thing I wanted to show you is if you kind of come back here, we can see nice, easy access to some of our components. You need to access the water tank, or probably more commonly, the water pump. You can do that right there. If we come over to the other side here, I'll take this panel off. This is a big one too. You can see right there, that is a 3,000 watt inverter, and that does come with it. Really cool thing about that is the fact that this one is already, as I mentioned, prepped for solar and those lithium batteries. So if you want the ability to do a little more camping off grid, that 3,000 watt inverter is a huge help. And again, a big part of being able to run that AC, because as we said, it is prepped for that too. As for the rest of the outside of the RV, as previously mentioned, this one is built on the Ram ProMaster chassis. Now, the thing I personally like about the ProMaster is the fact it is front wheel drive, which just gives you a little better traction in, a little bit worse conditions. Not that it's going to plow through a bunch of snow or anything, but if you're, just going to be a light dusting, definitely rather have front wheel drive than rear wheel drive. Nice, easy access into the coach. You saw this big sliding door here. I also like the big window. So having that window coach, that way it lets in just a ton of natural light. And of course, that one is going to be tinted as well. And then right here in the back is going to be TV prep. So if you want to set up a TV and watch it out in nature, you can do that, which is kind of cool. This one also has power awning prep. So if you want that power awning, it's something that can be added. You can also get a shower curtain. So if you want a shower curtain out the back here to be able to actually take a shower outside, you can do that. And right down below is going to be a hitch. This one is rated for 5,000 pounds. If we take a look up top, that is going to be your backup camera. So that way you have that added visibility when backing up. Coming around to this side here, we can see our 30 amp detachable power cord will plug right in here. City water fill cable inlet will be right there as well. Our drain outlet and low point drains will be right down below. And then our fuel fill will be located right here. This Freedom Elite, right, the 17D really is something special. As I mentioned, this one's going to be 10 to 20,000 cheaper than just about any other Class B you will find out there. So if you're thinking about getting into a Class B, you want to be able to try it, but not, lose a ton of money if you don't like it and want to trade it back in, or if you just don't have the time or the knowledge to be able to DIY it and build it yourself. This right here is an excellent option. If you're interested in price and availability, simply click on the link in the description. Until next time, I'm Ian Baker, and we'll see you.